Good morning, you guys. Today's August 22nd, 5:21 a.m. I have a short position on the NASDAQ, micros NASDAQ. It's a very small position, but it's already in the money. So let me give you a status update on where we are. So the account, last night I didn't trade very much. We're at about 600 since the close of yesterday. We are about 8,000 away from passing this eval, well actually these evals, because there are 3 accounts linked together. So that's where we are. Let's see where this takes us. Since we have a break there, let's go ahead and add to our position. Let's add a lot more.
Order filled.
Okay, so there we go. That's gonna be a 24, and that's gonna be our limit down there. We could have taken the profit and just trade on the retracement, but I think this thing is going to flush. That's why I added. Let me go and publish the link so others can join me. There you go. Check out the UJ position. Not bad. Come on, I want this flush to come, but there is, let's check the news. I don't think there is any news today. Well, there are news. So 3 minutes to news. We can either close the position with the little profit we have, or take the risk, and it could get pushed out. We got 3 minutes. Let's see. Well, let's give it a few more minutes. Maybe we'll just close with the little profit we have, because it's holding, it's not flushing. Whenever you play with the news, it's it could completely throw off any structure that is already in play. So we already have a change of character right here, and we have a push to upside, breaking the high and then coming back down, and that's considered a liquidity sweep and breaking this low. So it's possible that this thing could flush. If we get out, we're gonna regret. If we don't, and the market push up, we're gonna regret. So we're kind of in a limbo at this point. But this news is in 2 minutes. Let me see. All right, let's risk it. We'll put a stop loss in here. So that's 8. That's 24. Let's put a stop loss in there. Yeah, I hate playing to news, but you know what? We made the call, so we're going to take the tray, and we're just going to either take the win or take the loss. Yeah, I hate playing to news, but you know what?
Order filled.
Ha! We won. Did you see that? No! I want to cancel that. Okay. Wow, that was interesting, right? So it came down, gave us TP, and then went back up. And this is why it's so critical that you must have those TP set. Otherwise, it could just give you a lot of pain. Looks like it's pushing to the upside. We are going to chase this at the close of this candle. So we're going to just go in with small. That was a very interesting play. It could have taken us out and then go back up. I mean, come back down. And I would not be laughing, but I would still laugh because I think that was a very interesting play. All right, so looks like the news was semi-neutral. Um, the structure here is kind of nowhere's man. I mean, no man's land right here. But I want to say that it's probably more to the upside because the trend is still up. So there's no clear sign. I wish it breaks and then close above it, but right now let's just wait another minute. We got a minute before this candle close. Let's wait until this candle closes and how it closed. We'll decide. But very, very interesting. Minute. Yep, it's up. It's more upside than down. So we are gonna just, yeah, combine.
Order filled.
Combine. Small position though. And we're gonna buy. We'll just keep buying. So we're just gonna stack this buy all the way down to this, and in fact that last buy I want to double that position. So there. I'll just keep buying. Oh, that's not good. That was not supposed to be that big. It's supposed to be only double that position. Okay, here we go. We have to play. Now, if this is, we're on a PA, we can't really do this. We can only take a position up here and take that last position because there is a rule called DCA, dollar cost averaging, and they won't let us do it. But for the evals, we can. I really hate that rules because I think as traders we like to expose the account slowly and not all at once. Let's see, how much do we make on that tray? We made about 200 on that previous tray. So, not bad. But we could have lost 200 because the news was unpredictable. We didn't know. We just got lucky on that one. Invalid request. Why is this? I'm not sure why I got an invalid request for the simulation. Yeah, so let's take a look at the larger time frame.
Order filled.
Wow. The larger time frame, it's still up until that structure is taken out. I want to say that this is still very much up. Okay. It may not take it. We're going to...
Order filled.
There you go. Actually, I want to double
Order
the
filled.
position right there. Okay, so we're right at the trend line. We're either going to break right through or we're going to retrace to the upside. So at this point, let's just set the TP in. We're going to take TP real close. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a look at the dollar, the hour range. Yeah, it is still bullish even at the hour range. Let's change that size. Let's make that a little bigger if it comes down there. No, I want it bigger. There. All right. So Alright, so at the 1 minute time frame, it's it has started to kind of go down because we have that's a building a lower high, so it's possible that this thing's heading down. So we're up 100. So if it doesn't take us to TP, we might take it manually.
Order filled.
So that gave us another 100, and right now, because the mini trend is still down, as you can see, this this thing is also having a no, I draw this thing. Oh, there you go. There. So these have, the structure is that we have the highest high, a lower high, and a low, and then a lower low, and so the mini structure is kind of pointing south, but the larger structure is still pointing up. So when we have situations like this, then we got to play on a very small time scale. Yeah, these are blocking our view. Let's go and delete them. But what I like to do is that I like to draw this range and show that we do have a break of structure to the top. So we do have this change of character, and it makes the play a little more difficult because this means that if this does break this, the next attempt to break is that line down there. Let's make that blue. If it does come back and break this, then we're heading south for sure. But right now, because of this trend line, I was wanting to play. Now it's back in the limbo. I don't know as to what we're going to do. If I were to play right now, it would be a sell, but let's wait a little bit more. So our morning session, we took it from 500 something to 1,000. That's not bad. About $400 for less than an hour. Times 3, that's 1,200. Not bad. But remember, these are eval accounts, so I can do whatever the heck I want. But I think the positions we took were small, so I would have done it on a PA or even a real account as well. So I want to talk about this, this what I call this river, right? So this river is that it's built with the Bollinger Band, and I construct it in such that it will give me a resistance or support wherever it is. So if price is on the top, crossing to the bottom would be kind of difficult. And with prices on the bottom, crossing to the top, it's also difficult. So it's like crossing the river. It's you need special tools, or you need special catalysts to cross it. And whether we have a catalyst or not, we do clearly see that price come to it. It behaves, or it reacts to it. So I like to have it here. So as you can see, price goes up to the river and then it just retreats. If price comes from the top, it comes to the river and then retreats. So, you know, for you guys, I'm not sure if you like it, but I kind of like it, and makes sense for me. Wow, that candle is huge. It, it's 17 point in 3 minutes. It's huge. We could have gone in with a sell, but it was the right in the middle because we have this long wick that makes it harder to play. Okay, so again, the mini structure is really pointing down. The only thing that is holding is whether it can break this lower position here. I think that we can call that a higher low because there's lower low way down there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if we look at the 1 minute, we do have a very small chance of rebounding because it's starting to have lower high and it's stepping up, but it is not going up fast enough until that high is taken out. This small trend reversal is still in play. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to assume that the mini trend will stay kind of down. And let's take a look at the 1 minute and see if that's true. The 1 minute, it's having a hard time crossing to the upside. There is, however, if I were to just look at the structure, it still says down anyway. So we're going to take a very small position here, and I'm going to go get my coffee. Alright, so let's take a 2 mini contract on a sell position here.
Order filled.
And I'm going to go get my coffee. Now, since I'm going to be away, let's set some TP down here. TP should be very small. And if this does break to the upside, we want to take the loss and walk away. So that, man, I'll SL is too high. Yeah, just in case it does, there is an unexpected push. Since I'm gonna be away from the keyboard. Okay, I'll be back if this does come up, when I come back, we'll probably add to the position, but we'll see. Okay, so where are we? All right, so it's really pushing to the upside. We may have to just reverse our position, and the reason for that is that this mini trend is really building with higher low. But we are going to try to add a position here and close while we wait for the water. We're going to see if we can still bring this position to a break-even close. So a long time ago, I went to a seminar, and one of the trainers said, us traders, the most comfortable place for us to close the position is at break even. And for the past however many years I've been trading, I find that to be very true. Because when we close at break even, we can walk away without any damage to the account, and also our email. Also, we can save our email from walking away like we didn't do any damage as well. And so most people would try to walk away with a break even, but it doesn't always happen. Since it's not coming up, we're just going to take the position here. We'll remove it up here, and we're taking that one down out. We have 4 positions, so that's going to be 12, and we're going to take this at break even a little bit lower. That's a sell we have. Okay, so there you go. Let's see if we're going to give it. It's going to give it to us. So that gave us good break even, but I want a little bit more, right? So since I'm greedy, I may regret it. So as you can see, this is really a small break to the upside. and it does not want to come down, but the 1 minute says it will. Yeah. So that's what greed does to us. We had the break-even point to close, and I wanted a little bit more, so it didn't close. Now we're gonna wait for the retest of that 1 minute candle. All right, so I'm gonna go check on my water, and let's put a stop loss here just in case this thing has an unexpected push. I'll be back. My water should be ready. Yeah, we're not getting that a break-even close. Yeah, it's really going to come up and test that high. Okay, now that watching, let's plan on adding another position, and this time we'll take the break-even close. Let's not be greedy on the next one. So right now it's as you can see on the 1 minute, the momentum is to the upside. As you can see, all this green, and on the 3 minute we started having these green momentum histogram. So it's getting a little dangerous for us to hold this sell position. But since we're in the position, we're just going to play it out. And if we take the same position size up here, it might retrace back to where it is right now, and then we'll just take the loss right there. Still too hot. Yep. So it has reacted to that previous top. But there was definitely momentum to the upside. It's 6 o'clock, so we could get the fresh new hour push, but we will see. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, this push is very steady. It's so close. So what I'm worried is that it's just gonna break this and close above this previous high or highest high, and then just
Order
run
filled.
to the upside. There we go. It has taking the trade. Now we gotta delete that because it's the wrong size. Okay, so it's coming down. So this has always been the problem. The scaling is incorrect. What I like to do is to actually double the position and not just take the same position size, because then when the price reverses, it never comes back down far enough for us to break even and take a little bit. And so we're not wanting to take the trade to close the trade. If we had, however, taking that trade at the triple size, meaning that if that was 4, we have taken up here an 8, then that move would have given it to us. I was going to do it, but I didn't have enough guts to do it, and so now it has given us a close point, but since we didn't size it correctly, now this could just run to the upside. We're gonna have to close this position with that maybe $300 loss. There you go. So that is a break to the upside. If it closes above that, we're screwed. We're going to have to take this loss. So that's always been one of the things that I'm still working on, is to size it correctly. If we are trying to break out of a bad trade, then you can't really be conservative, because it's always the case that you're always 1 or 2 points from break even and it never gives you, and then you ended up chasing all the way and you never get it. So right now, let's see this, how close it comes, and it's just never give it to us. If we had taken it with a higher position, we could just walk away, feel like we didn't lose anything. Right now, it would close right here. The damage isn't that big, but there you go. And it didn't stay long enough for us to take. And this has always been a thorny thing about trading. So at this point, we should be able to close out without any damage to the account. Simply because if you look at this 3-minute candle, that's a red candle, right? So I think that red candle is significant happening at the top. But I still hate it. I still hate this to be in this position. So that's one of the things that I'm gonna work on is to, if we're trying to break even on a bad position, we want it to size it correctly so that when you have a significant move or a significant retracement, we can come out and not watch this thing come so close and yet so far away, and then eventually it kills the play. So that's a lesson for those of you who are watching, right? If we had sized it properly from the very beginning up here, then we would have clearly closed without any damage to the account or to our mental state. Okay. Oh man. Okay. So this here, it's been floating like this for the past 3 minutes, and it doesn't really give us a chance to close in a little bit of profit at all. And this is one of the thing that as trader we're gonna see is that it's so close and yet it's so far away, right? And when you get into situations like this, to save your mental state, you either just can just say, you know what, screw it, I'll take the loss and walk away, or you're gonna say, if I'm gonna risk it, then I'm gonna take a bigger risk and add to the position. But when you add to the position in a losing position, it's usually not a very good thing, because if you lose it, the damage is actually in two folds. Is that it damages your emo state, and also it will damage the account. But the 1 minute, it's still showing very bearish. So we're still on a drug called hopium, and we're hoping that it's, well, I am, that it's still going to come and give us a break-even point close. And the only thing is that red candle, right? That becomes a wall to the upside. So anytime it goes up, it's everything in here, it's still considered inside ball action. So we're waiting for that inside bar to play it out, and there you go. So that gave us the break even. It gave us long enough time to actually close if we want to, but I wanted to come down and hit that limit, but I'm not getting it. So that might be my last chance to close with a break even. Now let's see. Yeah, the 710. So this thing might try to close at the 15-minute mark on a high note. So we may not have that chance again. If we look at this 15-minute candle, right? They might want to push this and close this 15-minute on a bullish note to stage the next hour. So one of the things that we traders have to decide is what happens when you are in a situation where you're trying to get out of position and every opportunity that was given to you, you didn't take it, right? We had 3 different times to close the position at break even, and we didn't take it. Now, we have to be willing to take the position at a loss. And we're going to have to take that as a hard limit loss if the 15-minute does play out and it wants to close to the upside. So we got 3 minutes for that play to play out. And so we might end up doing a lot of damage here. I mean, it's only 8 micro contract, but still, right? So we have another 14 points to go. And this just won't give it to us. But let's look at that 1 minute, and it is crawling back to the top. So these lines are really working. They are, the bears just unable to close below these. If they are close below here, they could just push to the upside way up. But it's not. So yeah, this thing is really gonna push the 15-minute close, flawless 15-minute push close. So that's what I mean, right? Because the bigger players wants to make sure that wherever this is closed at the 15-minute mark, it's going to be the directional play for the next how many hours. Because if this thing closes bearish, then a bearish play is in play. If this thing closes bullish, then a bullish play is in play. And normally this is only happening at top or bottom. So right now we got a minute to close, 50 seconds actually, and I really want this to close with a bearish note so that we can have any hope of closing this at a break even. But if it closes on a high note, then we're going to have to eat up the loss and deal with it. Okay, so if you look at the 15-minute, it is still kind of greenish, but very, very small greenish. Actually, it's red. 19 seconds. So come on, give us a red 15-minute candle. All right, 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. New candle. So that candle is a doji candle at the 15-minute mark. Right. So that's not bad. Right. That's not bad, because the worst that can happen is that this candle is going to try to test that 15-minute candle, bearish candle, and it's going to fail. So because of that close, that makes me braver, right? So what I'm going to do is that if this thing comes up here, I'm going to take a larger equal position, and for sure if we take that, if it comes up to that, I'll get to close. There we go. It's really coming up on the new candle. Come on, take it. You know what? We're not getting it. So this is how I normally blow up my account, is that I would just try to close a losing position at break even and not willing to take the loss. And I think this is true for most
Order
people,
filled.
is that they would try however they try, and they just won't be able to close the position at break even. It will come so close, and yet it never give them that opportunity. And this is really a danger in trading, is we have a runaway trade like this, and we just don't know when to take the loss. So this is considered a break to the upside. If we close above that 15-minute candle, but if we look at the larger time frame, this thing is screaming bullish right here, right? So we did have a chance to take it down, and it didn't happen, and we have all these actions, and now we got this huge 4-hour candle going to the upside. So let's see what's on the left. On the left, let me take out those session breaks. On the left, we do have some resistance here. I think it's possible that we're going to get a retracement from here, but this thing is a range. You got this whole range to work with, and so it could go all the way up here, and with the positions that we have, with the size we have, it's going to be difficult for us to hold that position that long. Okay, so let's go back to small time frame. Our loss is mounting now. It's 300. So the next 15-minute block, we are playing into the 6:30, and that's going to be when the market opens, and so that's a very bad position to be in, because what's going to happen is that people will come in, they see this bearish attempt and it failed and breaks to the upside, and people are just going to start buying, and this position is going to get out of control. So we are still hoping to close this position before the 6:30 mark. Okay. Yeah, this 1 minute chart, it's slowly but surely upside. The 3-minute is also the same. I'm hoping for another push into we did hit 20,000. So since we're at the 20,000, This is gonna. This is a huge, huge mental number, and
Order filled.
it is.
Order filled.
It is going to be a mental hurdle for this to go up past the 20,000. So we're just gonna size it up and have a close above this, and have a break-even close right here. Because if we do pass this 20,000, it's way up. Okay, so before the 6:30 minute mark, I want to close this. And let's see, it's 48. Let's see the math. $48 times 3, 144. Right, so we're right at the 20,000. So this is a huge marker for the bulls. If they could close above this at the hour mark, this thing is going to go way up. It's actually pretty good.
Order filled.
All right, that gave us the close, and we better come out of this. Why is that not? Why is that still there? I'm not sure, but it's a 0, so it's okay. All right, so at least that was the right play. Is that this thing is going to try to hover around the 20,000 mark, and it will never come back down. So we got to size it correctly to come out, and that was a very dangerous play right there. But it was the only play that we could come out. Okay. So you guys don't do this on your real account, all right? On your eval account, I say if you size it correctly and you know where the levels are, you can actually do this, and I do this sometimes. But it could just completely become a disaster if you keep trying this one of these times. It's not going to work out, and the account will be blown. But for some of us, you can actually afford to do this on an eval account. They cost about $50 per account for a reset, and you could do that. But not everyone's comfortable doing that. I'm one of those guys that I hate taking a trade, walking away, and taking a huge loss and then walk away mentally. That's been very difficult for me. So I always try to just size it properly and come out, break even. Imagine if we didn't close it so close, we would be in so much profit. But we have been trying to get out of this position for so long that I'm just happy to come out. And I don't know why this thing is still there. It's not going away. So I have no idea how to remove it. maybe I'll disconnect from the platform and come back and see what happens, because that is annoying. I don't know how to clear that zero line, that zero limit bind. All right, so if this thing breaks, you know, I'm really gonna take a stab here. Dang it. I was hoping that it would break this low, this, and I could just take it, but it didn't break. I really don't know how to get rid of this limit by zero. Just cancel. Cancel doesn't remove it, and canceling over here doesn't do it either. All right, I'm gonna take a sell position here, very small, and if it breaks to the upside, I won't kill myself. And if it does come down, if it flush at the 20,000, this flush is going to be huge. So even that 2 micro contract, it's still going to be huge. Oh, come on. Wow. I'm going to run out of money. Yeah, so we are on the left. It's screaming bearish to me, but on the right it says it's bullish. So the 1 minute and the 3 minutes, who's winning? I want to say probably the 3 minute, because it has a larger time influence. But you know what?
Order filled.
Let's just add to the stake. So let's make sure that we have that set up, right? And then we have a take profit somewhere down here by limit. There you go.
Stop filled.
That's why we have a stop. So imagine if I didn't force that other position to close out when I did. My account would be in the huge bad red. All right. So here, since it break the 20,000 before the it's the 630 mark. That was the play, right? Is that we want to be out by 630, and we did. Except that I re-entered and then died. But that's besides the point. the whole point here is that because we are at the 20,000 mark, there's going to be a huge reaction to it, and we're going to take
Order
a buy
filled.
here, and we're going to, at this point, I think it's going to be that we'll just keep buying.
Order filled.
um, because it has broken through the 20,000 mark, and so mentally people are very excited about that. It's possible that there's a lot of people waiting for this level and they'll just short it too. So even though these are micro position, with this market moving as fast as it is right now, it's going to hurt, right? It's going to hurt. Look at that flush. Okay, that's not bad. All right. What about my other simulation? Well, that's not bad either. Uh, So that is still too close. Let's try. So I think the bull's going to win for the day unless there are catalysts that we don't know of. This push will continue to the upside for some time. It's only a matter of time because if it sits here long enough, then there is enough accumulation and this thing will just punch right through. And if we do get through this, then we're going to test the previous high, which is marked down here at the 162. But there is also a bearish note here because we're at the 20,000. People are waiting for that, and they could just begin to liquidate their positions at this 20,000 mark. So it's a difficult play. So we're going to keep it very small on the micro scale. And if we are to add another position into this, we're going to do it at okay, so if it breaks through that low, then it's going down. So if we say let's add it right at the previous high here, that would be the place to add. But if it does break this, then the next one is going to be down here where the pivots are, and we could come all the way down to the PVR and PVT, or even down here it tests the low of that low, and so I want to say that if let's plan to add a position there. I want to add a larger position. So if we're going to add a position, then we add it there, and another position we're going to add is down here. And so that is the play right now. We're on a losing position because we were chasing, of course, right? We were greedy, and we got FOMO, and we chased that play, and now we're in a deep red. Yeah, so our current position here is doesn't look very good, because right now any push is only push up to it, and so if we want to close break even, we may have to add to our position. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that right now.
Order filled.
And we'll take another add downer. And so, guys, that's where we are. Let me put a stop. It's 20, 28, 24. Let me put a close up here. Okay, that's my limit out. I'm gonna take my son to work, and we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna let the play it out. If it does come back and take this, I'll take it anyway. If it goes up and take that TP, I'll take it anyway. If by the time I get back and the account is blown, I'll take that too. So you guys watch it for me. I'll be back.
Order filled. Order filled.
Whoa! Oh, look at that, right? What happened here? So it went up and give us TP, and then came back down and took other tray, and so I guess that's the best possible, right? Think about it. It took us up there, took out the TP, and then came back down and took the tray and gave us money. So this is the best possible outcome. It's kind of nice, but we'll see what happens. Alright, guys, it is almost 7 o'clock. I think the 7 o'clock play might be a little more difficult. So at this point, let's just set up a TP. Oh, we'll just take it. Okay,
Order filled.
That was a very nice play. Let's check what's our progress here, right? So our progress is that we went from 1100 to 1300, 200, not too bad. While I was out doing stuff, but wow, if that was not, if that didn't work out the way I planned, it would be bad. Actually, let's see what other friends are doing. Let's see who is still live with me. I am not sure who is still live with me. Let me check. There's only one other with me. Hey, thank you for watching. How are you doing? I hope you made some money with me there. Wasn't much, but it's still a lot of fun, right?
Order filled.
Here we go. My contract, it doesn't look like the bull's going to win above the 20,000 on the NASDAQ. I think anytime it gets to it, it's just going to get beat down. So let me put a marker on the 20,000, and the 20,000 is right here. And let's mark that as purple, and let's make this small. So that's the 20,000 mark, I think it would be very difficult to push through that line. Anytime it goes up to it, it's going to get sold. But if it stays in this zone, so this zone has now just increased from there to there, right? So until it breaks that zone, there's no telling there's no telling where it's gonna go. So it's gotta break out of that head and shoulder zone. Yeah, it's staying above 20,000. So let's see what happens here. I think the play here, if we want to play, is actually we can sell here and just put a stop loss above this high. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a small position on this like that. I think it would be fun to do it. So let's take a very small position, and we'll just, oh man, come back. We'll just
Order
change it.
filled.
Right. So we are going to take that position, and well, that's not a sell limit. It's got to be a buy stop. Okay, so let's just say that we take this position, and the idea is that every time the market comes into this zone, they're just going to get beat down, right? So our stop is right above it. It's very tight. Well, not that tight with this ranging market. This is actually at 36 point. Ha, that's huge. All right, so sometimes we just have to have the guts and just go in. When you make all that calculation and you don't take the trade, it's very, let's move this down.
Order filled.
Too late. When you make all that calculation, you're not able to make the trade, then it doesn't even matter, right? But when you have, now I'm going to leave that buy position there. If it does break to the upside, I want it. So I'm going to leave there. So the whole point of the discussion is that if you have a calculation of certain ideas and you're not able to execute on it, then you're doomed anyway. But if you execute and you are wrong, then you're doomed anyway. So the only time that it's good for you is that you actually take the execution and you are right. And that's why it's so hard in the market. Not only that you have to be right, but you have to be right within the time frame that you want, and you have to be right within the time, the price limit that you want. Otherwise, it'll go your way, but it will blow up your account before it goes your way. And that's very common for those of us who have been trading in the market for some time. Man, this thing. Okay, I'm gonna have to give it a different range. Um, 18. Okay. No. I keep doing this wrong. 180. Point 3. All right, so this thing does want to flush, but I still think there is a lot of buying here. So we're going to take a small buy.
Order
And
filled.
the idea is that this thing is going to go back up here. We could be wrong. This thing just could flush right through. So let's just put a stop loss right here. Right, so it could really flush through, but that's a. I hate to do a stop loss right at the resistance line. So we're gonna pull this thing out, but there's no other good place. Screw that. We'll leave it. It won't matter. Our position's already in the money, so what the heck with it. Now, if I wasn't so chicken, I could have gone in with a larger size and come out sooner, but you know what? It's okay. It's better to live today and trade tomorrow than to die today and wish I didn't trade today. Yeah, just reading the comments that my friends put up in the channel. Well, it's 7:04, and so I'll have to get ready for work soon. We might have to take a manual TP here. I don't think it's going to get up there anytime soon. I think it will, but not within the time that I want. So what we're going to do, we're just going to take our manual TP right here. And we'll take the $50, $40, and we'll just say
Order
we're good.
filled.
We're good, right? So again, I wanted to stress the point that for traders, it's very, very easy for us to close a position in small gain. Mentally, we think we made good progress. However small that gain is, as long as we close it at break even, we think we're making progress, right? So for whatever reason, I don't know why we traders tend to think that taking the trade or taking the exit out early with a small gain is a good thing. Most of the time we come out and within the same candle, the thing just goes straight up, or if we're short, it just goes straight down. And we just kick ourselves. Like, we've been in the trade for so long, and then right at the right time, right at the right minute, we pull ourselves out of the position, and then the trade go our way. And it happens more than not. Okay. But when I pull that trade, as you can see, as soon as I close it, it just drops. So I don't feel bad at all. So if it breaks through, see that trend line that I just drew, if it breaks through that, man, it's going to be down here, right? It's going to break through that. It's going to be down there. So the thing that I didn't want to be in is that be in this while this thing is going to flush to the downside. Yeah, we had a protection there, but wouldn't it be better just to take the money and run and just wait for the next play? Well, that's what I just did. If I had stayed in there, it would be red by now. All right, so it came to support and it rebounding very fast. It looks like that support is going to hold. And so depending on how this thing closes, we can actually go in for a buy right here. Yeah, it's actually a good buy. So as this thing comes back down, we're taking a buy right here. Come on, give it to us. It's coming. It's coming. There we go.
Order filled.
So a very small position. Oh man, it just got a BOS was just printed, right? So a BOS stands for breakup structure, and so what that means is that it's really a break to the downside. As long as this thing does not close below this box that I drew earlier. Remember what I said is that today's play is going to depend entirely of how price move out of this box, and right now it has moved out of the box to the downside. But not only that it has to move out of the box, it has to close outside that box. And that box is right now is the mental range for most players right now. So this is a flush to the downside, and since we're losing, we're gonna try to do something that will give us a chance to recover. So we're gonna take a buy at the recovery, and I want to double or triple the play damage. So it's 2, 4, 8, 6. So and I want it above that line. Okay, so oh man, it never picked us up. If I don't move it, it may have a retrigger, but I like to take a trade at the PVR because there is always reaction to it. Well, I remember we are outside the box, right? We are outside the box, and so this thing, at best, is going to go up to the box, and then it's going to get sold outside the box again. So right now, as far as I'm concerned, this play it's completely bearish now. If you look at the structure, it's completely bearish. The only reason why we are in this play was we're gambling, right? So it won't give it to us, so we're gonna just
Order
take
filled.
a buy and keep that buy in there and have a closer.
Order filled.
We're gonna have a closer out. Now, if it doesn't give us a break-even close, so that's 14. Let me do the math. We're gonna have to take it at the PVR. Okay, so 14 times 3, that's 42. All right, 42. Okay, so we want this thing probably a little lower than that. There, not even there, maybe there, right? So they gave us a break-even close already. I was moving this the TP. I didn't see it. So another position that we can take is down at the pivot. If it flushes through that PVR, it's going to go down to pivot, and then there's a PVS support down here. So right about here, we can just take the close at the break-even, or we can say, you know what, screw with it. Let's play this out, right? If we play it out, there is a very dangerous position to be in, because this thing could flush all the way down to the low of the day, and there you go. That's the flush, right? And we're down 400. Okay, so we are going to try to take a position down here, should that come to it. If not, then we'll see what happens. That's too far down. Okay. So this flush, okay, so I really hate this position, to be in this position. Why? Because it came down so fast. I don't want to take it at the PVT. I want to take it at the PVS, but it just took off. And if we had taken it here, we would have just walked away now. But now it's going to go up here, and it's going to see that's the low, and it's just never really give us the breaking close. And I hate to be in this position the most, right? So I wish I had taken it at the PVT. That would have just given us the close. But you see, this is the danger in wrong sizing, and this is something that I admitted earlier that I need to work on. Is that if you know the movement of the market, and you know where it's gonna hit on that rebound, but you don't size it correctly, then you're kind of screwed. It will get to a point where you could almost close, but not quite, like this, right? It's so close and not giving it to you, and that is, if anything else. If nothing else, it just gives you the sense of frustration. It's like God is watching, and then it knows that you are there, so it's just never going to give it to you, because it's the entire universe is up against you. So here we are. It gave us a little bit of close in the money, but then it just quickly go back down. So even if you were to click, you won't even click fast enough. Unless you already have the TP set, you can't even close fast enough to close it and be in the money. I don't think. So I really have to go to work. I want to close this before I go to work. But this close is the 1 minute. Okay, let's wait for the next 2 minutes, and if it doesn't give it to us, we'll run. All right, so all right, heck with it. I'm closing.
Order filled.
See that? I closed that, and it came back down and closed in a negative. Wow, right? That is talk about timing and talk about luck. This is why I hate to close that market. But I wanted to come out of that trade because it was a bad trade. It didn't hurt us that much. Probably we probably lost a couple dollars there, but because I have to get to work, so we'll play it again. But I'm gonna end the day with this. Hopefully you guys learned something. I had calculated this is going to be the flush point, but I had a play in there that I kind of messed up the plan, right? I was going to have this thing have a sell stop right here and take the flush down, but I didn't, and so that completely messed up the play. And at this point, I'm just happy to come out of the trade, break even or nearly break even. Otherwise, it's going to be butt hurt. I mean, if you had a large position up here when that flush came, and it would just be butt hurt at this point, right? So, what I'm going to do, since I'm going to get ready for work, I really don't know if this pivot's going to hold. If it breaks through and close below that pivot support, then it's going to come down here, and it's unlikely it's going to come down to the weekly pivot resistance down here. But I don't think it's going to break through this pivot support though. I mean, if you look at the pivot, it's really an uptrend from here. So the previous day pivot, the previous day pivot is right there, and today is up here. So the pivot, it's on a increasing layout, and that just means that from day to day the bulls are in control. But because we did flush through that zone, and we're at the 20,000 mark, and so it could go any direction. All right, guys, that's it for now. Heading out to work. We'll see you tonight. Have a good day trading.